I used to be addicted to fapping and watching porn just like you. So if you can give me 5 minutes, I'm gonna give you the 3 methods you'll ever need to getting over this addiction. And if you can't watch this 4 or 5 minute video, then how do you ever expect to overcome the addiction? First mistake you're making, you're counting your days. You need to stop counting your days, because fapping is like a drug. It's like if someone smokes cigarettes. So let's use that as an example. There's 2 guys trying to quit cigarettes, right? There's 2 guys trying to quit smoking. One guy counts his days. One guy says he's on day 20, day 30, and the other guy just says he doesn't smoke. Which guy do you think is likely to succeed? It's the guy who just says he doesn't smoke, because that is no longer a part of his identity. The guy who says he hasn't done it for 20 or 30 days, that subconsciously is pretty much part of his identity. It's just basic psychology. Your brain is still identifying with fapping, and therefore if the brain still identifies with it, then you are more likely to do it. Vice versa, the guy who says he doesn't do it doesn't identify with it, so is less likely to do it throughout the day. So don't be that guy who counts his days day by day, day 20, day 30. Just be the guy who doesn't fap. Second reason, you just live a boring life. And what I mean by this is when you fap, when you watch porn, you're probably just sitting on your phone, and that's what creates the urge. You know, you see a fit woman online, but that's because you're not doing anything productive. You're just living a boring life. And when I say be more productive, that doesn't mean you have to do your homework or anything. It can be something fun. It could be going to the gym, picking up a new hobby, playing video games with your friends. You can do that every once in a while, because it gets your brain away from that urge. So what we need to do, we need to replace your old habits with new habits. We need to replace you sitting down on your phone, watching YouTube and TikTok all the time. And we need to replace that with doing something fun. Maybe that's exploring, maybe that's going to the gym, maybe that's climbing, whatever it is. We need to replace the old habits which gave you the urges in the first place, and replace it with new habits which are actually quite fun and are healthy for you. And eventually what this can look like is you just doing productive stuff that you actually enjoy and find fun all through the day. An urge doesn't even pop into your mind when you're doing this, because you're just doing fun stuff that you actually enjoy, rather than just sitting on your phone watching TikToks. Because to be honest, you don't actually enjoy watching TikToks that much. You don't actually enjoy watching YouTube that much. You just do it because you have nothing else funner to do. So if you can find that certain thing, that certain hobby, maybe it's a sport or something, then that can make a big difference. And the third reason, and the most important reason, is your reason not to fap and not to watch porn is not strong enough. Because think about it, when you do get that urge to do that certain thing, it's all about your reason behind not doing that certain thing that actually makes a difference. If it's just simply to be healthy, you know, just to fit into the self-improvement space, that stuff is good and all, but it's not enough to actually overcome that urge. You need an actual personal reason which would actually really improve your life. For example, is it to improve your confidence or self-image? And what would that improve in your life? That would improve your social skills, how you interact with people, how many friends you get. You can't just have a vague reason on why you don't have to do it. You need to write that down on a piece of paper if you have to, the exact reason why you're doing it and how that actually would improve your life. Because every time you get an urge, that thought on why you've stopped doing it in the first place will come to your mind. And if that reason is not strong enough, then you're likely to fail. But if it is strong enough, you'll have no problem just not doing it. And your brain will start to focus on that life you can have when you've stopped doing these things. And when you get an urge, I want you to think of it as this sort of energy, because it's an urge, it's an emotion, it's energy. You can sort of feel it going around your body. I want you to take that urge, take the energy from that urge and put it into something else. Maybe it's a goal, maybe it's your work, maybe it's a sport. Even just do 10 push-ups on the floor if you have to. So when you do get an urge, I just want you to realize that you have it. I know that sounds weird, but you need to realize that you have that urge. Take 3 deep breaths and then focus on the reason why you've actually started this journey in the first place. And bro, I promise you, if you stick to this process, if you stay consistent, if you have a bit of willpower, then you'll get over this addiction in no time. All it takes is 1 to 2 weeks. You can do it.